Joining us from the home ground of his beloved Kent is England men's managing director, Rob Key. Very good morning to you, Rob. Thanks so much for joining us. You're actually joining us at the start of a walk raising money to combat prostate cancer. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, I am. I'm down here at Canterbury, as you said. I mean, I'd like to say it's a lovely day, but it's actually not. It's freezing for the first day of the summer. But we're now here. Ron has been marching for prostate cancer, and he's done every single ground that has a England over 60s fixture at it, or a location, if I get my words out. It seems very early for me at the moment. And it's also with Bob Willis and the Blue for Bob prostate cancer charity. So it's a big day down here, big day for the start of the season. Can't wait.
Yeah, you mentioned start of the season, Kent taking on Somerset. Now, with your selection hat on, is there anyone that you're keeping an eye on at Canterbury today?
Well, I tell you what would be nice to see, and I'm not sure if we will. I don't know how much play we'll see today. Shoaib Bashir's down here, hopefully. So it'll be a good chance to see him early season. Now, whether a spinner gets to bowl much at this time of year, we'll wait and see. There's plenty of decent players on show. The one I really like, but he's not qualified yet, but he will be in a couple of years, Tawanda Mayeye is a fantastic player for Kent. You've got people like Daniel Bell-Drummond, who have been knocking about county cricket for a while, who's the new captain down here, but there's plenty of decent players to see.
Rob, just on England, of course they've got a very clear idea of how they want to play, especially in Test cricket, but every county themselves will have their own priorities. But are there any conversations that happen between the England setup with the counties about style of play, or do you just leave them to it?
No, we leave them to it. Like, I meet with the directors of cricket every year and we talk about it, but I think it's really important that we're not just dictating how we want every single team and everyone to play. And basically, I think so much is made of the way that we go about things, but I've never seen it as a tactic. It's more of a mindset. And all you want really is players who look to score, look to be positive, who can look to put bowlers under pressure and soak it up. It just seems the best way to go about things, really. It always seems that people think what we do is a slogger's charter where you go out there and you've just got to play shots. That's not the case, really. And with the ball, you just want someone who looks to take wickets. So I don't see why anyone wouldn't want to do that, really. It's not about just going out there and teeing off from ball one. So, and you hope that the way that we do things filters down, and if people want to try and do it, then go for it.
You mentioned taking wickets, but every time we build up to a major tournament, we obviously are hoping that Jofra Archer can be part of it. Is the T20 World Cup, do you think, a realistic goal for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Jofra, so he's been out on Sussex's pre-season out in India. He bowled quickly out there, he bowled really well. He's now just gone back to the Caribbean where he's going to play a little bit of club cricket, stuff like that, all about getting himself ready for that World T20. He'll play hopefully the Pakistan series, but it's always fingers crossed at the moment with Jofra. What we're going to do is take it slower than trying to go too quickly, so that we get him back for not just a short period, we get him back for a long period. And the whole plan with Jofra is he's going to play white ball cricket for this summer and going into the winter, and then hopefully in next summer when we play India, then onto the Ashes, we get him back for Test cricket. So it's a slow process just to get him back for all forms.
Rob, while we have you here, just finally, we've heard the government have announced a £35 million investment into all-weather cricket facilities and state schools. How important do you think that is in their efforts to broaden out the game?
Yeah, I think it's massive, really, because whenever we think about pathways and youth cricket, you always tend to look at it, right, how can we produce some international players? How can we produce professional cricketers? But I've never seen cricket like that. Cricket, for me, is about making sure that so many people have the chance to play it, because only a very small percentage are going to go on to professional cricket. But what sport and cricket can give you, the life it's given me and everyone who's played it, it just enhances everything that you do, and it's such a good way to, it's a good thing to be a part of. So it's massive, and it's about making it accessible for people. You know, there's so much competition nowadays, especially for young people. I've got young kids, and there's so many other things they can do, and there's so many people who aren't fortunate enough to be able to stroll down to the local cricket club and go and play. You know, so the fact that we can try and make it more accessible as much as anything, and this money is going to do absolute wonders for that.